Hi, Donna. Hope all is well. I put together this screencast video just kind of walking you through what I did and where I'm at with the homepage. Okay, so I'm going to get right into it here and load it up and just kind of walk you through where it's at. Okay, so I'm going to actually scroll down real quick and then I'm going to back up and just go slow and talk you through it. So this is just a quick scroll down looking at all the content that I have in there so far. I'm going to scroll back up slow. Go down one more time, just so you can get a glance, and then I'm going to walk you through what I did and what the purposes were for everything. Okay, so let's take a look at the wireframe. Um, I pretty much kept exactly in spirit of what the plan was for the wireframe that we initially had. I added one more row just to break up these rows with just a contact Donna. It's always good to have several ways to just reach out. Google likes that stuff too. But if you look at the wireframe, I refer to these rows as parallax rows. So I'll explain what that is. Like when you're scrolling, you can see the words and the images kind of move and reveal each other on different planes, and it sort of adds a nice dimension and depth to the site. So it's a nice effect that all my clients seem to be liking. So you can see what happens there when you scroll. So that's what I refer to as parallax rows. And a go-to effect that I've been doing lately is putting a subtle black tint over photos to have white copy, which pops nice. And then to break it up, I'll do a light tint over a photo and do darker copy like you see here. And then this is the row that I added that's brand new. It just kind of broke things up nice, and it's good to have kind of like a three quarters of the way or halfway down the page. Just got a question for Donna. Let's talk. And this will go to your contact page with a quick form. So yeah, it's dark row, light row, dark row, light row. That was my thought process there. I was hesitant to do that because I know you're a photographer and you spent a lot of time getting these photos to look perfect. So hopefully I didn't bastardize them in any way by adding these subtle tints. It's just in order to hold copy over photos, it's like there's really no other way. Like I've tried putting glow shadows around the letters and it just looks so photoshoppy and like graphic. This way it looks a little more organic. So I don't think it takes too much away. And plus, they're going to see the actual photos in the gallery and also up here in this slideshow. Let me back up here. So this first slide I liked for an opener, but we could swap anyone out for the first one. I like this one because the logo kind of popped nice because it's light, and then it held this welcome message nice, which maybe you want to put something else there. I just kept it simple, welcome to DonnieBaker.com. And this is the same font that I have here and here, the same script that's in your logo. Maybe you want to have a cleaner font here, something more like that skinny serif font, like this to Donna Baker here. But I thought it was nice to kind of like tie it in, kind of start to build like a brand look and feel identity. And then this orange that I have throughout the site for these buttons, for these rows, for this like the kind of book-ended bottom row of the footer. That's a sample. I literally took the eyedropper tool from Photoshop and sampled like this area of the butterfly. I was playing around with the lighter, like the more yellowy tints, but the orange seemed to pop well. Now you might not like that. You might say, I mean, I know your current site has like some purple and pinks in there, and we could do whatever. I just thought it was a nice accent color, even for these little lines, like these divider lines you see here. Again, for this button, even when you mouse over, like when you mouse over the tabs, I put the orange as like the mouse over color. Again, we could try the yellow. We could try any other color you want, but I did think it was nice. Maybe more on the masculine side. I don't know. Orange, I guess, is a pretty gender neutral color, and I don't even know if that matters. But again, it ties into the butterfly, so I thought that was nice. And okay, so starting from the top too, like I picked about 8 to 9 slides here that I thought kind of summed up everything you did. I'll go through them, show some of your photography, and you had a lot of portrait shots for the long ways, and I thought it was. I mean, they're kind of tough to show in a wide view like banner like this. I call this the hero banner. So I did 4 up at a time, which I thought worked nice. I tried to keep the lighter ones like on this corner so the logo would pop. And I think I have, and then there's a slide just showcasing your book. Again, I kind of did, this photo was more square, so it didn't fill the space either. Like on a phone, it probably would, but so I blended it together with one of the shots from the book. I believe that's from the book, but if not, maybe I could do a collage with a different photo, maybe this photo. Anyhow, that's how I thought we could speak to the book, and then I think this was like a Reiki shot that I thought was nice. I did add a subtle yellow tint up here. Hopefully that's not taken away from your photo, just to, again, so the logo would pop. Without that yellow, like little haze in this corner, like on your black jeans, the logo was getting lost. So that's all I did there. And then, full disclosure, on every photo, I also added a subtle shadow at the top just to hold these nav words, because if the photos that had like whitish colors, like the words didn't pop. And by the way, I also was playing around with the logo, the letters in white, kind of like the dot lines. Like on this slide, the white would probably pop better. It's tough because like I was trying to go with a color that would work on all slides. So like, you know, white would probably work better here instead of the black script letters. Here the black obviously works. Here, tough call, you know. So like here the white might look better, but you can't, unfortunately, you can't switch it like every slide. It's like that logo, which also becomes the home button, back to home, has to be one image. There is, you know, the other option is to do white or black with like a shadow or a glow around it. I'm not a big fan of that look anymore. I used to do that. I did a subtle little shadow around these letters just to hold it when they pop out of the box, which I thought was kind of interesting, you know, like why conform to that orange box, you know. So, you know, if you want me to, I could try the lettering in white. Again, like on a slide like this one, perfect example, let me go back, it would probably get lost. So I think black works the best overall on all of them. You know, the other option is to put the whole logo in, like with the background behind it, like a box or a circle with one color. But again, I think you lose that transparency effect. Like a lot of people put solid bars at the top of their websites to hold like these tabs, and I love the transparent effect. I think again it's something that adds depth. So same thing with the logo. I thought just having it see through and have your photos shine through would work best. Another thing to point out with this hero banner here, when you mouse on it, you get the arrows and you get the nav dots, so you could skip past and skip over ones. And when you mouse off, they disappear. Now we could have that all the time if you want. I thought it was nice to just make it clean, and then when you mouse on it, the arrows and the navigation dots appear. All right, then scrolling down, this row here, I call these the 3 featured images. Again, the reason why I do this a lot, 3 is a magic number. It converts the best on all testing, and you know you're supposed to stay within a 900 pixel width. That's why, like, you could see here, here, and then this magnifying glass to here. That's the size of a laptop. So if I were to emulate a laptop like this, you could see how it's tight there. Like that's why, even though like on a huge screen like mine, like you can see there's space there and there, but you don't want to go past that because on laptops it gets cut off. So you'll see a lot of the content, even this footer, like there's room here and room here, but that's on purpose. Because again, this would be like if I emulate my window to be the size of like a laptop, you could see it's perfect, you know. So that's why we do that. Same thing with like this testimonial, like everything goes. That's actually 960 pixels wide. And then, you know, the images that could bleed out, that the information is not as important, that's fine, you know. The way your website's set up, it's responsive. So, again, you can see as I minimize and maximize the window, it'll respond to any, you know, device, whether it's an iPad at this size, you know, a huge screen like mine, I could blow out the whole thing and the site will respond. And if somebody was on like a 61-inch TV even, it would blow out. That's what responsive is. And so like even if I emulate a phone like this size, let's just say a phone was like that size, so you get the hamburger icon here with these big chunky buttons. Oh, I gotta make that orange. That's a mistake. I left the yellow in there. I wanted to make the mouse over color orange. But see, like this is called the hamburger icon. You have that on your current site, but it's always there. It's you know, that's one way to do it too. I also have to fix this logo on mobile. So you could see like how things respond to, like see how these images 1, 2, 3 across. Then if I were to make this box the shape of a phone, then they'd be 1, 2, 3 down. You could see how they literally like respond right in front of you. And same thing with all this copy, it responds, it stacks instead of, you know, going right to left, even this footer area. This footer is in 3 columns, 1, 2, 3, and here it stacks, but on like desktop size, you'll see this would now be 3 columns again. So that's what responsive is. Google is making that mandatory now that your sites are responsive, mobile friendly and all that. But I'm going to ask this of you. Do not look at this demo link on a phone or an iPad yet. If you could do me that favor, because the right way to do this is to get it locked down and approved 100% on a desktop computer or a laptop. We'll get it to look the way we want, all the changes, and then we can tweak things on phone and mobile iPad view. And the reason for that is then you're making 3 sets of changes on all 3 codes rather than just getting it right on desktop and then just tweaking the sizing and the fitting code, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'll put that in the email, but please look at this only on a laptop or a desktop computer for now and not your phone. Okay, and yeah, so let me keep going down here. You can see this next row. This copy, I pulled some of it from your old site and some of it I just kind of like came up with myself. Obviously you could swap that out. I thought this photo kind of held the copy nice too. I have a black little tint over this one as well. And then going down, this is your email capture. I love this photo as a background. I actually loved it so much that I had it twice. I had it in the testimonials and here, and then I figured I'll mix it up and just show you what the possibilities and capabilities are. This photo is nice too for the testimonials, but I thought that photo was a real nice background texture. I could maybe even go a tad bit lighter with the whitewash, the overwash, because the words are maybe a little hard to read, maybe not. I could read them, but so yeah, and then I went the solid orange here, and then I thought, I'm assuming this is your setup where you do some of your Reiki work, so I thought that was nice, and all of this speaks to Reiki, so I thought that would work well, but maybe you want to show another beach shot there or a sunset shot. That's, again, 100% up to you. And then you have your testimonials row. I just made up 3 for now. This is designed to just have snippets, not like paragraphs of testimonials. Again, Google loves these. I just put 3 for now, and you could rotate through with these little navigation dots. And I made them up so we could put real ones or just, people do that. They fake them in the beginning. Everyone does it, trust me. So if you want to get real ones, or we could just take this whole row out until you get them if you want to go live with the site in the meantime. This is what I call the global footer. These 2 rows are on every single page, so if people want to get right to your social media, they can get there. And I just put these 4 for now. I'm not sure which ones you have. I actually got your address off of your Facebook. I don't know if that's the right address. And this would also click back to the home page, this logo here at the bottom. And it looks nice on all black, by the way, and white too. So that's a good way of showing how it might look up here in white. Yeah, and then this office login, I'll explain that later. That's if you want to manage your own site later on and make your own changes. That's just my link. And then this is your copyright line. And this little button here I like. I've been putting that on my site. It's called Back to Top button. When you click on it, it rockets you to the top of the site. So if you're all the way down, 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 and people kind of know to look for that now, it just brings you to the top quick. Up here, you have a search box. You'll type something and hit enter, and then when you have content, it'll list what pages it's on, and so that's your search feature. Also, going back to this row here, at one point I just had white behind it, but then it was the only row that didn't have something. I even tried putting this texture behind these 3 boxes. Everything I put there looked busy with all these 3 photos, so I have a subtle gray paper there with just a watermark of like your name. I don't know if you like that, but again, with these with the hero banner and these 3, whatever I put there was getting busy, and I wasn't really feeling just all white, although I'm usually a fan of white space, to be honest. I think white space could be powerful, especially with your photos that are so nice, it could kind of break them up. So maybe this is even too much. Maybe we just put white there, but right now you can see as you scroll, the parallax reveals your watermark of your signature. I kind of had it so it's like kind of getting cut off on purpose, So yeah, again, these are dual entryway links. Google loves these. So these 3 are your most important pages, I felt. And so you can get to them here, up top, or here. And again, Google likes when you have 2 ways to get to the same page. It kind of brings it more of importance in Google listings. So that's why we do that. And that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts. Again, we could totally swap anything out. This is the format based on the wireframe that we both agreed on, and you know, really we could swap in and out anything. This is the format. This format is tested. Like, again, there are reasons why I do certain things, because I've had sites that we do what's called split testing. 50% of the audience gets one version of the site and 50% gets the other, and then we test which things convert better. And again, the 3 images, not 4, not 2, 3 is just a magic number for some reason. Also, you never should have more than 7 tabs at the top. Like, the mind can't focus on more than 7 things at once for whatever reason. So all these things do have a purpose. But again, there's that balance of form and function. You want it to look good too. So even though it might get more clicks, if something doesn't look right to you, then just let me know, and I'll let you know if I could make it happen and make the change that you want, and we'll go from there. All right, let me know your thoughts. Hope all is well. And again, now that we're at this point, like, believe it or not, like 75% of the workload on my end is in a good place, because now just filling in these pages goes pretty fast. Like, the core of the site is built, if that makes sense. So we're in good shape, and hopefully we're not too far off. And let me know your thoughts, and we'll go from there. All right. Have a good night. Bye bye.